sometimes you'll go right instead of left. You'll be going from left to right, like in this case. So, I've got orange and white needs to go down here. So, what you do is you take your Rubik's Cube and you hold it so that the receiving side is right. It's your right side. You want to make sure you hold it like that, otherwise it's not going to work. So, you take your Rubik's Cube and you do up, right, up inverse, right inverse, up inverse, front inverse, up, front. See how that flipped the edge? So now we've got orange, orange, and white, white. And that also kept the other sides right. So now what we've got is a line of white, a line of red, half the line of yellow, and half the line of orange. So that means there's one more edge piece. And again, this one's going right. So you hold it so that the receiving side is on the right. So you do that one again. And voila. Now we've got the entire middle layer solved. The middle layer is probably the most important layer to solve, and also the hardest one because it has the longest algorithms. Now, what we want to do now is get the blue cross, which is very similar to the green cross. Notice how the green stayed the same through all that. Pretty much, you can't mess up the middle and first layers now. So you have to do a separate set of algorithms. You can't just flip them around or whatever. For this one, you've got an L, right? So what you want to do is make sure that the L is in the upper left corner of the Rubik's Cube. See how mine is in the upper left corner based on how I'm holding it. Now, you want to take it and you want to do front, right, up, right inverse, up inverse, front inverse. Right. So see, now we've got a line. A line is the part that should come after the L, okay? And what you want to do is you want to do that algorithm again. So see, after you do it once or twice, depending on what you have, if you have a line already, you just do it once. If you have the L, you do it twice. Now we've got the blue cross. And next, what we want to do is, again, line it up, like the middles. Here, I've got the blue edge, blue and yellow edge, which is lined up already for me. But see how the rest of the edges are messed up. What you want to do is hold it so that you have a correct edge. If you don't have a correct edge, just do this algorithm once, and it should fix an edge for you. Now you want to do another algorithm, which is going to pretty much take the edge pieces and flip them around. It's going to leave this one the same, but it's going to flip this one here, pretty much it's going to flip this one here, and this one here. Which is good, because I've got white, which it needs to go to white, red, which needs to go to red, and orange, which it needs to go to orange. So, what you do is you do right, up, right inverse, up, right, up twice. So that's up, up, right inverse. And see what that did is it flipped all the edges. So now I've got the edges correct. Next, I want to get the corners. And notice how we're getting really close to finishing the Rubik's Cube now. So, I've already got the corners lined up correctly. But just to demonstrate, what you're going to want to do is find a correct corner. Pretty much that means a corner that is in the position to keep that more or less looks like this. You have orange, orange, blue, blue, and white, white. And then what you want to do, if the other corners aren't correct, in other words, they're not in the right place, you want to do this algorithm. Up, right, up inverse, left, up, right inverse, up inverse, left inverse. And see, that pretty much took the corners and flipped them around. But see, now I've got the corners wrong, so I'm going to do that again. And again. And now we've got the corners all correct again, in the right place. So see, we've got yellow, yellow, red, red, and blue, blue. So what you want to do now is possibly the most confusing step. You want to take it and line it up so that red is facing you, and we need to flip the corners. So you get a corner that needs to be flipped in the upper right, like this, like I'm holding it, so that this corner that needs to be flipped is in the upper right, and you do right inverse, down inverse, right, down. And you do that until the corner is flipped, like so. But see, what happened is the lower layers got messed up. That's okay. They are supposed to get messed up. I cannot stress that anymore. They have to get messed up for it to be fixed. And what you do is now you've got this corner flipped, right? And the other two corners aren't flipped. What you want to do is turn the top layer so that this corner is in the upper right again, and do that algorithm again until it flips itself. Okay? So, and then you turn the top layer again to the last corner. Sometimes you'll only have one or two corners to flip, and that's okay. So, and then you do the algorithm again for the last time, and voila, it's solved. Pretty much, that may seem really complex, but really it's not. All you're doing is solving one side, flipping it over, flipping half of another side, and then solving the last side. Or solving half of the sides in between, and then solving the last side. So see, it's not really that hard. So, pretty much, you've gone and solved the Rubik's Cube. I'll put all the algorithms, if you need them, in the description. And also, I've gone ahead and superimposed the algorithms text onto the video itself. So if you need to, pause and write those down. Alright, thanks for watching. Congratulations on solving a Rubik's Cube if it's your first time ever solving it. And thanks for watching.